Happy Trans Visibility Day! I'm Ashley Adamson, and today we're talking about a requested topic, which is being trans a choice? This is a really simple question, but something that a lot of people get confused about that are cis, that haven't really experienced what it's like to be trans. Because on the surface, it can look like a choice. It can look like, oh, I'm choosing to wear these clothes. You're choosing to take on a certain persona or a certain presentation, and maybe you just weren't happy as a male, and so you decided to be a female, or maybe you're just not happy as a female and you decided to be a male or be non-binary. It can seem new and seem kind of like a trend to some people, and there's a couple things on that. The first thing is, it's not a trend. Being trans goes back eons, ages. We don't have a lot of record keeping because a lot of trans history has been erased intentionally, but we know it goes back as far as shamanism, which is the oldest non-organized religion in history. And we know that trans people were shamans and often regarded as the spirit, be spiritual and intuitive guides because of their ability to navigate the masculine and feminine. But as far as kind of like grounding it back into this immediate world that we live in, it's sort of like that moment where you realize that the mold that you were cast in society doesn't really fit who you innately are. Whether you're cis or trans, I think we've all had that experience. Have you had that experience before where you realize that you're not at all what you were told you should be, or perhaps you feel guilty for not being a certain way? Introverts realizing they're introverts when they feel like they should be extroverts, for example, or realizing that you don't like being a certain way or presenting a certain way. All of these things are not really choices. They're innate realizations of ourselves. The choice is choosing to listen to that and choosing to follow through on that. And I think that's where the disconnect is. We, as trans people, innately understand what our nature is. And the choice is to choose to come out, to choose to follow through on that, to choose to make all of these choices that then aligns you with who you are. But ultimately, all it is following what we are, what the self really is, the nature of the self, and then expressing and allowing that to blossom and bloom. So on this day of trans visibility, it would be really helpful for you to share and spread this message about being trans is not being a choice. It's being innately authentic in who you are. And I think we can all relate to that, in that we can have a world where if more people are really who they are and they can step into that, then we can have a much better place in the world. I'm Ashley Adamson. Thank you for joining me today, and maybe I'll see you again. Bye.